Good morning, children. Today we shall start the new chapter from the history part Weavers, Iron Smelters, and Factory Owners. This chapter tells the story of the crafts and industries of India during British rule by focusing on two industries, namely textiles and iron and steel industries. Children, have you heard about industrialization? Industrialization is defined as a process in which more and more industries are being established in a country. It is a transformation from handmade goods to machine-made goods. Industrial revolution took birth in the country England. Many factories were set up in England. In the beginning, many cotton textile industries were set up in England. Mechanized production of cotton textiles made Britain the foremost industrial nation in the 19th century. But in 1850s, iron and steel industries started growing. So, Britain came to be known as the workshop of the world. So, children, which country came to be known as the workshop of the world? Britain. As a result of the industrialization, there was abundant production in England. At the same time, they had to find out market for their products. They had to sell their products. So, children, in this lesson, we will analyze how the Industrial Revolution in Britain showed its impact in the Indian trade, on the life of Indian weavers, on the life of iron smelters and factory owners. Now, let's check how was the Indian trade before the British capturing their political power in India. Before 1750, India is the largest producer of cotton textiles and it is sold in various parts of the world, especially in the Southeast Asia and West and Central Asia. Now, names of different Indian textiles tells us about their story. Let's check how was this. European traders first saw the fine cotton cloth from India carried by the Arab merchants in Mosul, that is in present-day Iraq. Hence, the traders began to refer to all finely woven textiles as muslino. When the Portuguese first came to India in search of spices, they landed in Calicut on the Kerala coast in southwest India. The cotton textiles which they took back to be known as Calico, which is derived from Calicut. Printed cotton clothes called chins, kozas or khasa and bandhana were also in great demand. The chin is derived from the Hindi word chint, a cloth with small and colorful flowery designs. The word bandhana referred to any brightly colored and printed scarf for the neck or head. From the 1680s, there started a craze for printed Indian cotton textiles in England and Europe, mainly for their beautiful floral designs, fine texture and relative cheapness. But the popularity of Indian textiles during the early 18th century worried the wool and silk makers in England. So, they began to protest against the import of Indian cotton textiles. As a result of this protest in 1720, the British government enacted a legislation banning the use of printed cotton textiles, chins, in England. Interestingly, this act known as Calico Act. In fact, textile industries had just begun in England at this time. Unable to compete with Indian textiles, English producers wanted a secure market within the country by preventing the entry of Indian textiles. The first to grow under government protection was the calico printing industry. Indian designs were now imitated and printed in England on white muslin or plain unbleached Indian cloth. Competition with Indian textiles led to a search for technological innovation in England. The invention of spinning jenny and steam engine revolutionized cotton textile weaving. So, cloth could now be woven in immense quantities and cheaply. Let me conclude today's session. For your reference, I have uploaded the URL. Go through it. Notes are also attached along with this. Take it down. A test question paper is also there. Try it yourself. Thank you.